Look on that poor boy's face. He didn't even know.
Sao buồn vậy? Hai Lindsay.
But when you come back to San Antonio and they tell you this is Proposal Island, you were here when it was happening. In 1987 and 1988, when they excavated, the first one is that short dark green tree right straight in front of our boat. Look real carefully up at the top of it and you'll see there's still some oranges on it. Orange trees don't grow in San Antonio, Texas. And 3 weeks ago, this tree had probably 300 oranges on it. It was dangerous to drive. Okay, as we come out from underneath this little pedestrian bridge, look to the right of the boat, right up at sidewalk level, and you'll see an 8.5-foot bronze statue of St. Anthony de Padua. That's who San Antonio was named for. That sculpture or statue was a gift from the country of Portugal for the 1968 World's Fair.
He's talking about that one, isn't he?
The way we got named San Antonio was they discovered the river on June 13th, 1691. They went to the calendar to record their discovery and they found that it was St. Anthony's feast day on the calendar. But as we come out from underneath the bridge, take a look at that hotel. It was built in a Guinness Book of World Record time of 202 days, less than 7 months, start to finish.
Wow.
Oh, and on the hotel, they finished it 2 days before the World's Fair opened, so they got paid too. On our right-hand side, this is the Historia Ticketing Center. It's the second of the 3 places where you can start a tour. Does everybody see the bridge right in front of us? Do y'all know what the purpose of that bridge is?
To cross?
To go back and forth across the river. There's not going to be any trip tests. I don't go on vacation. Actually, this one does do double duty. This one tells us we're coming into the area called La Villita. La Villita was the settlement of the Spanish soldiers and their families who were charged with protecting the missions in the area when this was still Spanish territory. This area was settled in 1722. The battle for Texas. They got crazy when I came by here earlier, all by myself. No telling what to expect today.
That's fun.
Of Western art. This building started out in 1930.
Did you like that? The dresses they wear?
In 1968, the library moved further down the river.
Wow,
okay. And the green roof of the Bayer County Courthouse. That's the longest continuously operated courthouse in the state of Texas. They opened in 1897 and they've been doing business ever since.
Nó còn mấy phút rồi hả?
Looking way up high to the left of the boat, you can see the Tower Life building. States of Mexico. About half of the original North America Free Trade Agreement was negotiated right here in this building. We're coming to the end of the natural part of the riverwalk. Beyond the archway directly in front of us, in 1921, the river only went to the left. It goes about 80 miles down as the San Antonio River, where it joins the Guadalupe, and the two of them go all the way to the Gulf of Mexico as the Guadalupe. Right now, it didn't exist in 1921. This was all buildings and houses left from here. So all those floodwaters had to come down the river the way we just did, and you can imagine how much damage it did. Now with the 2 floodgates, this flood control channel, and there's how permanent it is. And right around the corner is the divorce attorney's office. And in his front window, he's got the biggest set of bolt cutters. He's the oldest one on the river. It's 90 feet tall, 200 years old, 25 feet around at the base.
200 years
old. And legend says that Ben Milam was shot from the branches of this tree by a sniper during the battle for Texas independence. Okay, this is the other floodgate. Story how it got there. One says that in the flood of 1921, that somehow seeds or stems were embedded in the wall. The other version of the story is the guy that owned the building at the time was a magician, and he just liked messing with people. We don't know what the true story is there. Right up to our right is the Esquire Tavern. It opened in 1933 when Prohibition ended. Well, almost. Prohibition ended at 11:50. Built in the 1920s as a silent movie theater. It's been restored to its original condition, and it is a beautiful, beautiful theater inside. This building has seen entertainers like Billie Holiday, Ethel Merman, Count Basie, Duke Ellington. All those entertainers of yesteryear performed right here.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Did anybody see the movie? The yellow building is the Omni Macaro Hotel. Nothing good ever happened there. But on the left-hand side, that's a different story. This is La
Sorry, honey.
Hotel. This
You
building
wanna
was
sit
built in
over there on your own now?
1859. That's just 13 years after the Battle of the Alamo. It started out as the St. Mary's School for Boys. They operated there for about 50 years. When the school went co-ed, they moved to Northwest San Antonio, where St. Mary's University is still located. Are there any veterans on the boat
She wants to stay in the hotel here.
San Antonio is known as Military City, USA. It's estimated that 17 to 20% of our population is military or military related. So we have a huge soft spot in our collective hearts for the military here in San Antonio. We greatly appreciate your service and your family's sacrifice and support. Thank you very much. The upper floors and became apartments and condominiums. One of the famous
CVS.
people that lived here was the author of the book Roots.
That's where mommy
Hayes.
worked, guys.
That's where you work?
Not here.
This area is known as Restaurant Row or River Square. This is where the majority of the restaurants are. Now that flood in 1921 was 9 feet above street level. So basically everything down here was destroyed. But by 1939 they had completed the restoration, renovation, reconstruction, and remodeling of the Riverwalk, including the addition of the safety features we just saw, the 2 floodgates and the flood control channel. And it was safe for businesses to be back down on the river again. But businesses were very slow to return to the river.
Baby. Yeah, can I have a
So
little
Robert
smile?
Hoagland, who was the architect of the Riverwalk,
It's
moved his office right down here to the first floor of the Clifford building. You can see his name is still on that building. But he went down and tried to prove to other businessmen that the river was safe to be on again. And then the first
Lindsay like those ducks.
on the Riverwalk. The way it used to work is they had a little bitty waiting room. And if you came for dinner and your table wasn't ready, they brought you to the river. Do y'all know how to know which restaurants have the best margaritas just by looking at the restaurant? Look at their rail. If they have one like Casa Rios that looks like it'll stop a truck, and you'll see a big sculpture up there at street level. That sculpture is called the Torch of Friendship. That was a gift from the country of Mexico in 2002. It's 65 feet tall and weighs 45 tons. You can food with a white shirt on, you know exactly what he's talking about. Now this part of the river is not natural. This is the man-made section. This was created in 1967, completed in 1968. And the whole purpose of this section of river was to link the hotel rooms of the Riverwalk to Hemisphere Plaza where the World's Fair was held. It's estimated during the 6-month period of time that the World's Fair was open and operating that over 5 million people used the waterway and walkways for transportation back and forth. Looking up to the front left of the boat, you can